Hi, hello, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, as we welcome you to tonight's broadcast of Jersey Pro League Hockey, live exclusively on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Live from the RWJ Barnabas Health Hockey House in Newark, New Jersey, my name is Trey Wright for BSB, and finally, after a long week here at the Hockey House, we're finally on the final night of week number 3, capping things off with the second Jersey Pro League Pro Division matchup of this week, Topline Hockey taking on XHockey Products. One of these teams comes in with a 1-0 record, the other comes with an 0-1. And the trajectory for these teams hopefully going to be different here as Topline Hockey hopes to go 2-0 going to week number 4. And XHockey Products looks to go 1-1, meet at the 500 mark. For XHP. Taking a look at some of the top players for XHockey Products. Of course, you've got the commissioner, Alex Rauter, who is the captain of this XHP program, won the first ever Jersey Pro League Pro title all the way back in 2023. What feels like a couple of years ago at this point. It's crazy how fast time flies here in Newark. Got Alex Whelan and Brandon Less. Less playing for the New Jersey Devils ECHL affiliate up in Adirondack for the Thunder. Alex Whelan playing at the AHL level for the Cleveland Monsters, the Columbus Blue Jackets affiliate. All the way over on the Rust Belt. Then on the other side for Topline Hockey, Mickey Burns. I'm surprised to see him wearing the captain's patch for the Atlantic Gladiators ECHL player. Of course, the name that was made very popular in the opening round, the Stanley Cup Final, Adam Gaudette in the first couple of games where the Ottawa Senators nearly came back against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Gaudette was helpful in a lot of Brady Tkachuk's goals in that department. He's wearing one of the A's, and Connor Lean, the Worcester Railer for the ECHL, wearing the other A. Getting ready for another great night of hockey here. It's our 4th night in a row here in Newark. And I know after this is all said and done, and I will be glad to be getting back on the road here and taking a couple days break for the weekend, but glad to have everybody on here for all 4 broadcasts this week. It has been a long week so far. We're ready to get things rocking and rolling to cap things off with a little bit of pro-level hockey here at the Hockey House. Taking a look at the goaltending matchups here. No surprise to see CJ Hapward starting in the blue paint for XHockey Products. Hasn't played a game yet this season for the Binghamton Black Bear. But nonetheless, he'll be in the cage. And then over on the other side, Daniel Moore wearing 33 for Topline Hockey. The Omaha Lancer looks to keep his team at a perfect 2-0 coming out of this evening's contest. So everybody get ready to sit back, relax, and enjoy some Pro League hockey here in the next couple of moments. 15 minutes will go on the scoreboard here for the opening period of play. And we'll be ready to get rock rolling and hockey in here at the RWJ Barnabas Health Hockey House in the next couple of moments. The Lions people have wrapped up their conversation in the referee's circle, and we are ready to get underway here for tonight's contest. Greg Leotard will win the draw for XHockey Products, and we're away. XHP will start in their own end. Looking to get win number 1 of 2025 so far, 3-on-2, and screaming down the near side, and looking to put that one on. Good shot there from JJ Picanic, but he would just miss the net a little bit wide. Ryan Schelling keeps that one in the zone. Turn around the other way by Brendan Less. Trying to get it up to Mickey Burns. Taken away here by XHP. Looking to go short side where the baby blue clad XHP. Taken out here by Topline. Skating back the other way with it is Topline. Looking to go 2-0 here in 2025. Back the other direction is Alex Whelan. He'll Whelan deal into the neutral zone. Whelan still with it. Now he has his pocket picked. Back the other way comes Topline. Sending it right on a silver platter there for the 9 of Posma. He is stonewalled by Hapward. Another shot goes off of the glove of Hapward. He makes a 3rd shot right down in the point blank area. A trio of saves there from C.J. Hapward, and goodness gracious. That's one way to get yourself woken up here as we approach 9 o'clock local time here in Newark, New Jersey. And 3 shots right in the low slot there, and Hapward was able to steer all of them aside. XHP wins the draw, taken out of here by Les. Drops back over to Picanic. He'll scream down the far side. Picanic puts a high riser over the crossbar and into the netting for a stoppage with 13:43 to go in period number 1. Looking at all the talent up and down both of these rosters, ranging from the NCAA, Division III, all the way up to the NHL. Picanic will take it down at the far side. He's waiting for options. Sends it back across. Was trying to find a router in the low slot. He was tied up. Topline will take it back the other direction where Les will corral this one in his own end. Puts that one right on the stick of Sordillo, who gets it right back over to Les. Les up the other way. Gets to Anthony Galante. Galante has that taken away. Les wasn't able to bat that out of the air, and he'll break up that seam pass. Topline was looking to keep it in the zone, but Picanic will take it back the other direction. Picanic trying to squeak through the defense, taken away there by Brian Lonergan. And this is up to the 9 of David Posma once again. Sends it back in the other direction, trying to wheel it into the opposite corner. There was Topline. This is taken back here. Spinning around is Picanic. Set it back up for Whelan, who will hold up behind Hapward's office. XHP in their own end. Transitioning from the far side to near side. Trying to take that one up was Schelling, and he sees that one taken away. Lonergan trying to take this one into his own corner. Will pass it all the way over, and Topline will try to take it back in the other direction. This is Michael Posma, sends it across in the corner. He has that taken away. Odd man rush the other direction for XHP, but neither team able to light the lamp yet so far. Here they come, breaking in is Schelling. Schelling trying to dance it around, looking to go short side there on Werber, rather Moore. And he'll steer it aside. XHockey Products held the zone for about 2 seconds. This one comes all the way down where Hapward will set this on a silver platter. Now backhand it into the neutral zone. Little one-touch pass there from a couple of XHP skaters. This is taken here by Galante over on the far side. Trying to get this here is Carlos Cuxty. And Cuxty will lose it. Taking it back the other direction for a brief moment was Topline. Little bit of a collision right at the blue line, and we're going to get a whistle. I don't believe we're going to get any sort of penalty after that, and that really took a lot of momentum away from Topline because, to use a biblical phrase, the Red Sea really parted there for, I believe that was David Posma, who had a wide open lane right down the near side. Wasn't able to really get anything of it as Ian Pierce will spin around, turns it over. 2-on-2 the other way, potentially an odd man rush. Looking to go there was XHP, and what a save! Not going to matter anyway as they score. A save on one corner there from Moore. Was able to get the waffle board down, but couldn't get the glove down over on the other side, and XHockey Products strikes first. We'll get another look at that sequence. Started as a 2-on-3 the other way, then turned to a 2-on-1. He got the initial save with beauty there on the blocker, but just not able to get the glove down on the other side. And you had a feeling that that one was coming early on there. It's a lot of offensive zone time from XHockey Products and not a whole lot from the other side here from Topline. Blowing a tire there was the 9 of Posma. He couldn't get it. Puck was loose in the high slot, taken away here by XHP. Numbers the other direction once more, trying to split the defense. There was Aramanetian. He couldn't do so. A little bit of time and space on the other direction for Topline. They're not able to get it. An XHP player falls down to the ice, but he'll get back up gingerly and get back on our way, we will. This goes down all the way for an icing, and I want to go back to that Daniel Moore sequence there. And we've seen it at both levels so far here in the Jersey Pro League this season, where a goaltender on the initial shot makes an incredible save. That was one of the better saves point blank that we've seen from both levels this season. But then on the other side, it's all about controlling that rebound and being able to make a follow-up save. We saw Hapward do it on the other side, and unfortunately Moore got him once, not able to get it again. Taking it down the other side here is XHP. This is Picanic on it once again. Sends it over to Router in the corner. Back on the other side with it was Sordillo. Loose change fluttering through, and Topline trying to get it back out of their own end. Sordillo still with it. Sordillo on it again. Looking for the tap in play there for the 7 of Stark. He's not able to jam it home to double up the lead. Now numbers for Topline the other direction. Here they come. Puck is over on the left-hand side of the ice. This will be wheeled off of the half wall, and Router's got it. Router puts it on the other side. Here comes Galante right down Broadway. He runs into a couple of white and black clad jerseys. Puts it right over to Picanic. Picanic all the way over. This finds Mulgrave over. Mulgrave wearing 9 instead of 5 that he is listed as. Now trying to defend the 7 of Connor Lean. Will send that into the corner. And Picanic, who has played almost every single shift, it seems like, so far in this contest, take it back from his own end. One touch pass all the way over, and here comes XHP down the far side. Sending it back up at the corner. Taking it in, wiring and firing there was Mulgrave. He was missed by about 2 feet. Walsh is on it, sends one in. Another redirect goes up into the high glass, stays in play. Trying to get the counterattack there was Topline, but Walsh with a good back check is in there in time. Cuxty across. Trying to put it right on the stick there of Sam Esposito, it looks like. Taken here by Mulgrave. Sent back at the point. Puck goes all the way through traffic, and Esposito trying to wheel that into the corner. He'll do so. Trying to grab that there is XHP right along the near wall, and not able to get that there was Cuxty. Looking for the wraparound chance. That one just flutters through the paint. Still to no avail. Cuxty all the way across. Puts it on the tape of Menetian. Menetian, a little one-time blast there from Cuxty right in the high slot, denied there by Moore. .7:44 to go in period number 1. Shots 9-4 in favor of XHockey Products, and they lead 1-0. We'll get to the official stats on the goal here in just a moment, but really good start for them, especially on the forecheck and on the back check. Basically, when it comes to checking, there's nothing like XHockey Products. Menetian will toe the blue line, sends it back over to Sordillo. He couldn't hold it. This is Burns, who will take it back in the other direction. He'll lift it up in the opposite corner. A little too far out in front there, but Burns will get it back for a brief moment. And taken away once again here by XHockey Products. Nearly a 2-on-1. This will be an icing against XHP, and they'll have a defensive zone draw, which they have been really good so far in this young contest past the midway point here in the opening frame. Taking a look at the official scoring for that first goal, it was Alex Whelan with J.J. Picanic and Greg Leotard. Who opened the game scoring, and now a breakaway opportunity for XHP. Here they come, right in, and stopping it with the pillows was Moore. He stonewalls Alex Whalen, who is looking for his second. Whalen thought he had him dead to rights there on the 5-hole, but closing the doors in time. A little bing-bong action there from Daniel Moore. Another rush play down the other side, 3-on-2. Here's Picanic, aims, fires, goes a little bit wide over the net. Back and forth we continue to go. Burns with a tape-to-tape pass all the way across. Looking for options was Topline. Trying to knot this game up at 1 after an early goal here from Alex Whalen. Pierce from the blue line. Holds up, try to get it back over to Hudson Miller. Wasn't able to get there. That's patted away by Hapwood on the other side. And here comes XHP on the counterattack. Router back with it over at the Ovechkin office. Sets up a one-timer there. Denied was more. Denying it was more. He denied Sordillo. Trying to make the counterattack work once again was Topline. They get about as far as the opposing blue line. For XHP will take it back in their own end. Here's Lean on it. Delayed offside against Topline. They're able to get back on and touch up, and nearly a mishap there. Here comes Sordillo. Takes aim and fires. Patted aside there by Moore. Trying to race after there is Mulgrave. Mulgrave waiting for options. Holding, sends it below the blue line. Looking for the tic-tac-toe play there was XHP just over the crossbar. Still holding the zone, however. Mulgrave still with it. Nearly has that taken away there. Esposito sends it on the other side. Looking through a one-timer through traffic, nearly redirected home. Covering up with the blocker there was Moore. Under 5 to go in period number 1. If you remember last week, Topline Hockey beat the Team Goose Foundation while XHockey Products lost to 43 Oak. That 43 Oak XHP game. I feel like Oak had the betterment of XHP during that entire contest, and we saw Oak go up to a 2-0 record. We're seeing how much XHP is being able to really feel out this program here of Topline. Looks like we might have our 2 front runners so far for the Pro Division here this season of both XHockey Products and 43 Oak, the 2 teams that are remaining here. They're returning from last year. Looking for them sick passing there was Esposito wearing 17. He's not able to get it. Topline will take it back from behind their own cage. Nearly a defensive zone turnover there for Topline as Connor Lean is able to get it back over to himself. Posma trying to take it away. And this will be sent out into their own end here by Topline. Alex Peltier on it down the other side. Steered away there by Galante. Back and forth we continue to go. Under 4 to go in period number 1. Schelling sends it across, whipping it home. Attempting to do that was Schelling. And he'll put it over. Scratch that. That was Aaron Manetian who put that one on a Daniel Moore. XHP wins the draw. Manetian's not able to keep it in the zone. Was hounded there by Peltier. Taking it back over is XHP. Trying to wheel and deal and make quick work of this defense there was XHockey Products. And Manetian will take this one outside of the zone. Goes over the Devils logo for a brief moment before taking the vulcanized rubber back into his own end of the ice. Whelan is on it. Sticks it all the way across. 3:03 to go in period number 1. Shots 14-6, and the ice has definitely been tilted in favor of XHP. They've been playing downhill so far in the opening stages of this contest. Sordillo nearly had an opportunity there, but was tied up in the mid-slot. Wheeling it back the other direction is Posma. Puts it right on the tape of Lonergan. Now on is Peltier down in the corner. Back over to Lonergan. Lonergan circling around the zone. Lost it right at the top of the zone, and here comes XHP once more. Trying to have another breakaway opportunity. It's stick between a couple of players, and it stays out. Looked like XHP was looking for a little bit of a tic-tac-toe trick play pass. This is offside. Really good opportunity, but Unfortunately, golden opportunities sometimes turn gilded. This comes all the way out in a top line zone under the ice where Brendan Less will take it back in the other direction. .206 to go in period number 1. Wheeling it back in the other direction here is Topline. It's wheeled out there by Luke Ross, wearing 27. Trying to get that there is Connor Lean. He's not able to get it out. Trying to wheel it up is Pierce. Pierce puts on the brake, sends it back up to the top of the zone. Posma put one on. That's sticked away by Hapward. Burns now on it. He's over in the opposite corner. Nobody was home in the low slot. Posma just misses wide. Posma was able to get a shot off. Credit to him for being able to make something out of nothing, but it remains a 1-0 game. Look at the speed out of Picnic, trying to dice the entire defense and set up the 18 of Sordillo. Put it right in the breadbasket of Moore. Moore, ever since letting in that opening goal, has been on fire. He's seen a lot of rubber thrown in his direction so far in this contest. And even on that goal, he had got that really good initial save, and nothing you can really do about a rebound like that just goes right into the silver platter of the 8 of Whalen, who was crashing that on the other side. But he's been good so far. There's a good reason why the Omaha Lancers have been able to use him a lot so far last season for the United States Hockey League. 2-on-1 for Topline the other direction. This is Lean trying to send it across to Posma, but the puck just rolled off the tape. Posma sends in the opposite corner. Lean looking for another opportunity. Back on the tape of Posma. Rips one. Sticked aside there by Hapward. Lean is on it again. These two cannot stay off of the vulcanized rubber. Posma on it. Corrals it for a brief moment. Spins away from an XHP defenseman. He'll turn it over. Lean just barely able to kick it back out the opposite end of the ice. Under a minute to go in the opening period of play. XHP looking to wheel and deal here. Down the near side they go. Looks for options. That one skitters through the blue paint, but doesn't end up in the back of the 4x6. Still a lot of offensive zone time here. 13 seconds to go. Now Topline takes it the other direction. Potential 3-on-2 developing for a brief moment. Not able to get up in the play there was Dean Toscas. Final 3 seconds in period number 1. And XHP will take the proverbial knee here to end things here after 15 minutes of play. We're a third of the way through night number 4 of week number 3. Alex Whalen and XHockey Products leads the way here going into the first intermission. 1-0 they lead. We'll step aside for a couple of moments here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. $15 down, 30 to go as we welcome you back inside the class at the RWJ Barnabas Health Hockey House in Newark, New Jersey. My name is Trey Wright, and I'll be on the call for the remainder of this game. 1-0. XHockey Products leads over Topline Hockey. XHP 0-1 to start the 2025 season. Looking to go here. We start period number 2. Off the draw initially, taken away here by Topline. Trying to take it back in the other direction here. That's Peltier over in the near corner. Put a shot on to CJ Hapward, but it's Whalen who takes in the other direction. Whalen got it as far as the near side. Or taken back here. Wheeling it up is Posma once again. Trying to tie this game as Topline. 1-0 Topline leads, and here comes Whalen. He'll go down the far side. 2-on-1 developing, puts one on, and a beauty of a save there. Calling an absolute robbery there by Daniel Moore. Moore absolutely robbing Alex Whalen. Call that a web gem here if we're playing a little bit of America's pastime. .13 to go here in the middle frame. Shot 16-8. Taken along the near side there, trying to wheel it out was Galante. It's taken back here by Burns. Burns will go down the far side. He will draw a penalty as he got leveled heavily into the boards. And somehow they will call that a tripping call. I'm very surprised that was tripping and not boarding. Goodness gracious. But nonetheless, an opportunity for Topline to try to take the lead here on the penalty shot. It'll be Mickey Burns to take the shot. Goes in on Hapward, and a beauty of a glove save there from Hapward to keep his team up 1-0. Burns with a really good chance there, but unfortunately for Topline, wasn't able to make a whole lot of anything of that. Taken back here, and wiring and firing there was the 27 of Ross, who just misses a little bit high of Hapward. Look at the speed out of the commissioner of Router, puts it on the tape of Picnic, sends it back over from his knees, an XHP skater. Not able to get there in time. Taking it back in the other direction here was Topline. They'll take it back over. Trying to get there was Sordillo. Puts it back onto the tape there, and Sordillo with it once more. Burns with a turnover in the defensive zone from XHockey Products. He and Sordillo fighting for it. Now right on the doorstep there, and Hapward makes the stop. CJ Hapward has been on a heater so far. 3-on-1 the other direction, and that's broken up by the defense. Really good back check there from Topline, approaching the midway point in period number 2. Back and forth we continue to go. Taking it out of here was Topline. Trying to come back the other direction with it, and here comes XHP once again. A 3-on-2 developing. Looking to double up the lead. Moore got the initial shot. He got the rebound as well. Daniel Moore, absolute robbery there. It looks like Mickey Burns took a little bit of a tumble as he fell down a little bit hard. And Burns will go back to the bench here, no worse for wear. 12:30 to go here in the middle period. Shots 18-10. XHP still with the lion's share of the shot ratio, and they've got the lion's share of the goals so far. Topline trying to change that. They'll wheel it back in the other direction. Now a little bit of an odd man rush of their own. This is right on the goal line, and Hapward will just barely make the stop. Hapward right on the goal line has been really good so far in this contest. He's not allowed anything in him just yet. He's made a couple of really good saves right in the 4x6. Top line wins the draw. Taking it over is Lean. Lean trying to wheel it and deal it. Referee was in the way for a brief moment. That's enough time and space to give Minetian just a little bit of space. He'll wheel it down over. Back onto the tape there of Mulgrave. And this is whipped up to Walsh. Was trying to drive through a couple of defensemen. Taken here by Mulgrave once again. Mulgrave turns it over. A 2-on-1 for top line in the other direction. Looking for the equalizer. That one goes off the pads. Hapward! What a skate save! Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. CJ Hapward, his best save of the evening so far. Got both saves there, and that second one was an absolute beauty. Three consecutive shots there from top line. This one nearly going over the crossbar. Somehow it fluttered over and not in. Still on it is XHockey Products. A little bit of bumbling and pinballing there. Taken back in the other direction. This one went off of a skate blade of a top line skater. And XHP will take it back in their own end. Posma directs this all the way over. That was Leotard who nearly had that. Spinning away. And looking to wire in fire, there was XHockey Products, a gaggle of players trying to fight for the vulcanized rubber. 3-on-2 in the other direction, taken back here by Top Line. Whipping it off of the boards there was Posma. Now it's Minetian. Spinning away there from Peltier. Minetian behind his own cage, waits for options. He'll send it over a long seam pass across, and now a 2-on-1 here for XHockey Products. Galante looking for it, sends it back to the top end of the zone. 10-10 to go in period number 2. This is Leotard, who's trying to take it over. Now a little bit of an odd man rush the other direction here for top line. Put it on the brakes was Peltier. Peltier wasn't able to keep it in. This is sticked out of there by Minetian. And now a breakaway, a 2-on-0 opportunity. Sending it back over across. A score! That was going to be a highlight reel goal there, or save there from Moore if he was able to make the stop. But on the other side, XHP will double up the lead 2-0. And it was Greg Leotard for the Connecticut College, putting one in the back of the 4x6, and he'll double up the lead. So it's a 2-0 contest, and Alex Rauter looking to make it 3-0. Somehow that stayed out. Moore got lucky that time. Can only be lucky for so long. Another odd man rush developing in the other direction. Whipping it on there. Not able to get it home. That one just goes off the crossbar. Heads up. And just landing on the deck there for a brief moment. .9:16 to go in period number 2. 2-0 XHockey Products leads. Trying to triple it there. Good toe save there. Try to stick it back the other direction here was top line, and they're looking a little bit for a 2-on-1. Now a breakaway opportunity. It just stayed out. Hapler got enough of it. It just hit the corner. Goodness gracious. You talk about a glue guy right in the goal net. It's on the other side. Moore makes a spectacular save of his own to keep his team within striking distance. Holy Toledo. Talk about a couple of plays there from both of these skaters, or both these goalies, I should say. Somehow it's only still 2-0, and right as we say, they score. XHockey Products triples the lead. It is a 3-0 contest. Tell you what, XHP has come to play. They're talking in the locker room, hey, we lost to 43 Oak. That's a team we typically don't lose to. Of course, Oak has a lot of talent on that program. Saw it a whole lot on the other night, on Tuesday night. And now another breakaway opportunity here for XHockey Products. As Carlos Cuxty sees that one, deflected over in the opposite corner. Tell you what, this entire frame has been all XHP. The only times that Topline has been able to really get anything going has been on the few and far between rush chances, but CJ Hapward has been a stone wall. 15 for 15 on the shots he has faced so far. Meanwhile, 25 in the other direction, and another odd man rush, a breakaway opportunity. Moore shuts the door right on the near side. Wasn't able to get it, however. Whip around chance just goes over. Couple of really good opportunities there for XHP to make it a 4-0 contest. They'll get another one here. Whipping it all the way up. Here's Manetian right down Broadway. Was looking for the wraparound. That one just trickles the left-hand side of the cage. Back and forth we continue to go. This is Posma looking to end the shutout bid. Denied there by Hapward once again. Hapward has been a man on a mission, and Moore doing his darndest trying to keep the team in the contest. 3-0 past the midway point in period number 2. Manetian trying to take it across the center ice logo, and he will. Another odd man opportunity. Looking to send a high riser. A little bit over, too much over the crossbar there for Manetian, and Topline will look to counterattack. Back and forth we go. Manetian on the counterattack. Drops it back over. Trying to get it back up to Leotard. Leotard from long range denied there. Net just knocked off its moorings for a brief moment. A referee will reset it. Leotard now trying to take it. He'll spin away over to the opposite corner. And taking it out here will be Manetian. As XHP will reset and tag up. Good spinorama move there from J.J. Picanic. Sends it up to Alex Whelan. Whelan right now with a go-ahead goal. His seam pass deflected by a top-line skater. And they'll Whelan deal down in the other direction. Here's Brian Lonergan trying to go coast to coast. Nobody was home in the low slot. Taken up here by Posma. Posma trying to drop it back over for Lonergan. He'll turn it over. Race for the loose change. Trying to come all the way over there with it was Sordillo. Sordillo wasn't able to take it. Taken back here by Reed Stark. He'll go down the far side. Puts it right on to Picanic. Picanic from Router. Picanic trying to wheel away from the entire defense. Some sick mitts there from Picanic. Sends it back up to the top of the zone. Sends it back over. Sordillo will send it all the way over. Trying to get it back there was Sordillo. Wasn't able to get it. And it's taken back here by Walsh. Walsh all the way up to Picanic. Picanic will spin around. Trying to wheel that away was Galante. Turning it all the way over. Here's Picanic near side. That's pillowed aside by Moore. Under 5 to go in period number 2. 3-0. XHP leads and nearly make it at 4-0. Denied there by Moore once again. A lot of offensive zone time here in this last couple of minutes. Counterattack coming from Topline. They will take it all the way over. It's Burns over on the far side. Hill waits for options, trying to split the entire defense, but he is out-deked by the commissioner. On a Router, will take it back across. Whipped all the way over on the far side. This is Galante who's got it. Not able to keep it on, however. Galante is able to get it back onto the tape. Nearly taken around. Kicked back up to Walsh at the top of the zone. 3:45 to go in period number 2. Shots 28-17 in favor of the 3-0 leading XHockey Products. Looking to end the shutout bid was Alex Peltier right down the low slot. He was denied there by the stick of Hapward. Fighting forward in the corners, about 3 or 4 different skaters. Is taken out here by Topline. Here's Burns, short side, looking to go on to Hapward, who will cover it up. 2 more shots in quick succession there from Mickey Burns. 3:21 to go in the second. Glad to have everybody aboard here for tonight's contest between two of these programs. Of course, Topline Hockey, we welcome them to the Jersey Pro League family coming up this season. This looks like Brendan Less was able to put one on net. He scores. It's a 4-0 contest for XHockey Products, and they are firmly in control of this game. $4-0 on 29 shots, and away we go once more. Trying to wheel it and deal it over into the opposite corner was Topline, but they haven't been able to get any sort of really good chances on the CJ Hapward just yet, and XHP has just been planting players right at the blue line to set up odd-man rushes. They've been doing a really good job at it. It's a big part of the reason why it's 4-0. Nearly a 5 spot there for XHockey Products. Right down Broadway. Moore will deny it with the pads. 2:23 to go in the second. Burns along the far side. He'll skate it in. Drops it back. Puts a little bit of a weak shot on. Not a whole lot of mustard on the hot dog there in the spirit of the 4th of July coming up here in the next couple of weeks. Short side opportunity. That's denied there by Hapward once again. Save number 20 of the evening for CJ Hapward. He has been a busy tendy so far tonight. 25 for 29 on the other side for Daniel Moore, as this is offside, called here against Topline. $1:51 to go in period number 2. It's been all Topline hockey so far, or rather all XHP hockey so far in this contest. Looking to make it a 5 spot there is Sordillo all the way over at the other side. Looking to wheel and deal was the 4 of Leotard. Was just not able to get that one on net. Fight forward at the near side and taken away here by Topline. This is Lonergan. We'll drop it back to Posma looking for the redirect. Denied by Hapward. He got the follow-up couple of saves. Some more chances right in close there for Topline. 21st shot of the night, 21st save of the evening for CJ Hapward. Taken away here by Les, puts it right on the tape of Whelan. Whelan got the goal scoring started. He looks to continue it. Nearly a collision right in front of our camera operator, Emily Cott, for this evening. And Topline with a little bit of an opportunity. Under a minute to go in period number 2. Topline looking to get on before the horn will sound for the end of period number 2. Whalen puts it off of the back of the jersey of Pierce. Wasn't able to get there in time. Back the other way they go. A little bit of a slash, not called by the referees. We play on. Here's Lonergan, was looking to go between the legs, goes up into buries that puck right into the half wall. Taken here by Leotard down the far side. Leotard through the corner, around the office, and nobody was home right at the near point. Right at the near point, it's a 2-on-1 the other direction. Right onto the breadbasket of Hapward, and he got the follow-up save as well. 10 seconds to go in the second period. Top line looking for one final opportunity going into the second intermission. This is whipped all the way around. Final second will go. That will do it. So period number 2 will end, and 2 more goals. Rather, 3 more goals, I should say, being tacked on here for XHockey Products. We'll go into the second intermission. XHP leading 4-0. Period number 3 up and running here from the RWJ Barnabas Health Hockey House in Newark, New Jersey. My name is Trey Wright, and XHockey Products has got a 4-0 lead over Topline Hockey going into the final 15 minutes of play. Here's a breakaway chance. Sordillo was trying to go up the top left corner and just missed the crossbar. Kept in at the zone, and now a 2-on-0 opportunity. Denied there. Taking it back in the other direction. Here's Peltier on it, sends it over in the opposite corner. Peltier trying to dig after it. So was the 9 of Posma. XHP in the other direction. Here comes Picnic, the Paramus, New Jersey native, right onto the tape of Router, and he denies. He's denied. Router on it in again. In the corner once again, I should say. Nearly has that taken away by Connor Lean. This is flipped all the way out. Opportunity for Galante. Moore will pad that one aside. Trying to get that one there was Menetian. Menetian will spin around his own blue line. Gets it up to Picnic. Picnic waits for options, drops it back over. Schelling tried to get it back a little bit over to Picnic, and he was able to just gain a handle of the vulcanized rubber. Here's Galante, rips it off of the side iron. Got it right back over to himself, and Moore got the rebound. Seeing a lot of those second chance opportunities work for either side. Of course, it's worked a lot in favor of XHockey Products. They lead 4-0. And they continue to try to pound Daniel Moore, who has basically been pounded. He's basically been a little bit of a square peg into a round hole so far tonight. That's how much he's been pounded. Taking it back in the other direction here. Looking to go short side once again was XHockey Products. Moore will make that denial right on the short side. Racing up there is Furiolo. Furiolo not able to get that. They score! Like we were talking about, those second chance opportunities coming up big, and this time it's Topline Hockey that breaks the shutout bid. Taking a look at how all this develops, and it's a little bit of an odd man rush the other way. This started with Furiolo trying to grab that and just taking it right in the low slot. Believe that may have been Michael Posma who got a piece of that. We'll get the official scoring here in just a moment. But now a chink in the armor has been felt, and it's been sought out. And Topline looking to do whatever they did in that play, trying to copy and paste it 3 more times, and of course, trying to stop this Connor McDavid-looking counterattack. That is XHockey Products. Looking to get back up to a 4-goal lead, and Moore with a good bad save on the left side. Moore's been really good so far tonight when called upon. He has made 28 saves so far in this contest. His team finally being able to find the back of the 4x6. It was Luke Ross that was able to light the lamp for the first time tonight for Topline Hockey, and their goaltender Daniel Moore will cover it up. Taking a look at the schedule for next week for the Jersey Pro League. It's very hard to believe that we're already on week number 4 of competition going into next week. But taking a look at the upcoming schedule, starting things off with a couple of games for the Club Division. Our 2 games of the week as this one gets lofted out of play on XHP's side of the ice. Our 2 games of the week, starting off with Synergy Uniforms taking on Capper Hockey Services for the Club Division. Capper Hockey Services currently 3-0 so far in the 2025 season. The Young Guns of the league taking on Synergy Uniforms. That'll be our Pegasus Sports game of the week, and a really good intercept on a seam pass there from Brian Lonergan to disrupt play just a little bit. Taken here by Topline. They trail 4-1, nearly 4-2 there on the other side. Trying to put a stick in the lane was Posma, to no avail. A little bit of a saucer pass across the red line. Mulgrave has got it. Trying to set it up on the other side. Sordillo was in the low slot and he was tied up. Manetian trying to spin it around there from David Posma. Posma still on it. Those two fighting for it right at the blue line, and Manetian will say, you know what, I'm going to draw an offside. If I make any contact with this, I'll turn it over. Now a breakaway opportunity, they score! Posma with the setup, it goes into a 2-on-1, and a fiery dart there from Topline to bring the deficit to 2. So we get another look at it. Yeah, Manetian didn't touch it at all. Posma got all the way up, and it was a 2-on-1 that developed, and just an absolute beauty of a bar-down wrister. So it's a 4-2 lead. Now for XHockey Products. Now if you're Topline, you got 2 goals in a row right now. We're able to stop the bleeding. Once was a fluke, twice is a pattern, and 3 times could potentially get you back into the contest. Of course, here comes the heavily touted counterattack for XHockey Products. Not able to get that on the tape there was Picanic. Galante is spinning it back over. He waits for options, gets it back up to Manetian. He toes the blue line. Manetian through the zone, up to Picanic, they score! JJ Picanic will light the lamp here for the 5th time for XHockey Products, and it's back to a 3-goal lead. So we get another look at it. Sustained offensive zone time here has been another really good name of the game, and you see right in the low slot. Picanic able to just wire it home. Going back to the upcoming schedule for this week, as Galante trying to drive through the entire defense. That's to no avail. Kicks it back to Router at the top of the zone. Router nearly made some knee-on-knee contact there with Ian Pierce. Another opportunity, and that is saved there by Moore. He did a split save there. But going back to the rest of the schedule, game number 2 of the 23rd will be between the Hockey House Podcast and Homegrown Hockey. HHP still looking for their first win of 2025. Then the next day on the 24th, It's our first doubleheader for the Pro Division. Team Goose Foundation will take on XHockey Products. Rather, Topline Hockey will take on 43 Oak. And then Team Goose will take on XHockey Products. A shot from the low slot denied there by Moore. That doubleheader's on the 24th. Then it's back to the Club Division on the 25th. And a little bit of a scramble in the low slot. Denied there by Hapward. Both goaltenders have been tested upon so far in this contest. 2-on-1 the other direction for XHockey Products. Looking to bring it back up to a 4-goal advantage. That rolls off the tape of a couple of players. Captain at the Verizon logo, and now a 2-on-1 for Topline the other direction. Trying to bring it back to a 2-goal deficit. That one just a little bit over the net, shot by Burns. Burns with another opportunity. Nobody was home in white, and Hapward will steer it aside. Burns a little bit slow to get back up. This is taken by XHP. Top line in the other direction, and that's steered back in the neutral zone. 2-on-1 for XHP, now the other direction. Here they come, right down Broad Street. That one chipped up a little too much in the air there. I think Teddy Mulgrave would have rather used a 5-iron than a sandwich on that play. And back and forth we continue to go. Some sick mitts there from Posma, he just rings iron. Oh, that would have been a sick goal from Dave Posma. But just a little too far over. Five to 2 as we're right at the midway point in period number 3. Posma wasn't able to get a ripper off that time. Taking it back over. On is Lonergan. Lonergan whips it all the way over across. Trying to take it out here as XHockey Products, and they will. Sticked all the way over. Sordillo trying to chase after it. Gets up to Whelan. Whelan trying to get it all the way back over to Leotard. Scramble for it right in the low slot to no avail. Leotard back on it. Trying to drive around the defense. Spins around. Sending it back over. Looking to go top cheese was Whelan once again. He's denied. Leotard had it. Lost it. A couple of sticks go flying. Fighting for the vulcanized rubber. Comes back over. Looking for the tap-in play was Sordillo. That's to no avail. Coxty will send it back over. Looking to whip it over was Sordillo. That goes over the crossbar. Collision right in front of the top line bench. And this will go out of play for a brief moment. Getting back to the upcoming schedule. Now going to June 25th, College Hockey Buzz will be taking on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Another little of a battle of the brands here between CHB and us here at Breakout Sports Broadcasting. That's the first game of the doubleheader. Then Homegrown Hockey will take on Mr. Lemon Stick Wax. Then after that, it's another doubleheader for the Pro Division as XHockey Products takes on 43 Oak. And Team Goose will take on Topline Hockey. And then the Saturday after that, the John and Matthew Gaudreau Foundation will take on Synergy Uniforms, and the Hockey House Podcast will take on Capper Hockey Services. And that is how we will wrap up week number 4 of competition here in the Jersey Pro League, already past the midway point here of the regular season. Stick around, buckle in, do whatever you need to do because, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a fun season. It's already been a fun season. And XHockey Products trying to cap off a fun game to go up to 500 here for the 2025 season. It's hard to believe that these teams have only played one game of competition so far this week. Of course, the Club Division got all the headlines in week number 1. Things didn't get started for the Pro Division until last week in week 2. Looking for a good chance there on the other side was XHockey Products, and Moore will deny that there on the short side chance. Now, going back to where this league was all the way back in 2023 when Alex Rauter started things up here, You know, you had 4 teams to each division. You had the club division, the pro division. You know, the pro division guys have remained the same for pretty much the most part. Of course, you got guys like CJ Hapworth, Brendan Less, Adam Gaudette from last year. Of course, Alex Routers. Nobody wants to touch the vulcanized rubber. Finally taken away here by Topline. Greg Leotard has been here the last couple of years. Same thing with Alex Whelan and Anthony Galante. Another opportunity, looking for the tip-tap-toe play and somehow missing it wide. Oh my goodness, that was Brendan Less who had the entire net open. Couldn't get a shot off. Pierce now trying to track back in his own end, under 5 to go in the third. Numbers the other direction for Topline. Here they come down the other direction. That one trickles through the blue paint for a shot there from Mickey Burns. And XHP trying to take it in the other way. Taking it back is Schelling. Trying to set it up, sticked away there by Moore. And this will float in the other direction. This finds Luke Ross. Gets it back to Burns. Burns waits for options, trying to get it back over to Ross. That's intercepted by XHP. Schelling with it. Trying to get it all the way back over. He'll drive around the zone. Looking to spin around. And looking for the backhander was Leoton. This will find its way to the back end of the zone. Another opportunity in close. Kicking it back to themselves as Topline. That's Ross that'll get on his horse. Ross is onside. Here comes the clap bomb. Saved by the Pillows. Rebound stays out. CJ Hapworth got across once again. Single-handedly keeping his team in this contest so far in this third period. That one from Burns just a little bit wide of the 4x6. XHP trying to take as much time off of the clock as they can. Coming back the other way with it is Whelan. He got the goal scoring started, looking to bookend this with a red light. But this will go in the other direction here. Taken up by Posma. Posma right through the zone. Rebound covered up by Hapworth. Hills freeze play. Tell you what, CJ Hapworth has been a demon so far tonight. Didn't play the first game. That was John Werber's job all the way back last week. But for the Binghamton Black Bear, we saw him be really, really effective last year. Trying to remember if he indeed played for XHP last year. I believe they were able to make it to the finals, if I'm not mistaken, where they fell to Chima. We know Chima was able to get there. It was a good short side save there from Daniel Moore. We know Chima was last year's champions, and they score. What a dart there from Manetian. Puts a touchdown on the scoreboard. It's 6-2. Talk about a little bit of a whip shot there from Manetian. We'll get another look at it. Manetian just able to corral it, and he wrist one. Right short side. Yet another goal here for XHockey Products, and they have essentially closed this game out. Still plenty of hockey to be played in the next 2:12. But looking for the convert was XHP, and that'll just go a little bit over the crossbar. Here's Posma with a little bit of time and space. Gets it all the way over. Posma drops it back. Gets it all the way across. Hapworth got over in time. Goodness gracious. Great balls of Hapworth. CJ, you got to be kidding me. We got to get another look at this. Oh, where was CJ Hapworth during the Stanley Cup Finals for the Oilers? Look at this, absolutely robbing David Posma's short side. I tell you what, Stuart Skinner this as a 2-0 for XHockey down the other way. Router wasn't able to get that one off. C.J. Hapward with the save of the night. He's had a lot of highlight reel saves in this contest. But that may have been the best save we have seen so far in either division of the Jersey Pro League. 2-1-0 the other direction. Let's see if CJ can top it this time, and it just stays out. Wasn't as flashy as his last save, but still did the job. 70 seconds to go here. And right in front, a good point-blank stack there from Daniel Moore. Able to cover up play. I gotta see this save again. This is nuts.
Wait, I think it's this save that I'm watching.
Actually, that was the save from Moore. No, this will actually. This is the other half of the save. The 2-0 that Hapward was able to grab there. Under a minute to go in period number 3. Looking to kick the convert. Here's XHockey Products. They've got it in the zone. Trying to take that one out was Topline. They'll take it into their own corner. Trying to just look for goal number 3. That may be the one that got away. This one goes all the way underneath of the stick of Peltier. We wasn't able to grab that. Under 30 to go in period number 3, and XHockey Products will move to 500 on the season. In fact, both of these programs will move to 500. One of them moves up, the other one will move down. Final 11 seconds to go. Puck being held at the half wall, and it's pretty much a formality at this point. Final 5 of period number 3, and welcome to the Win Club for 2025 as XHockey Products, the 2023 Pro Division champions, getting their first win in 2025. 6-2 is your final. And I think we can all do a collective exhale after a busy and a late week of hockey here in Newark, New Jersey. It has certainly been a long week for all of us. It's been a long opening 3 weeks so far, and we're approaching the midway point of the season for both these divisions, but nonetheless, what a game, what a contest, and what a week 3 it was here at the Hockey House. But that will do it here. From the RWJ Barnabas Health Hockey House, on behalf of our entire crew tonight, our videographer Emily Cott, our executive producer Carola Pascal, for Colton Reynolds, Andrew Zahn, and everybody here at Breakout Sports Broadcasting. My name is Trey Wright. Week 3 is in the books. Next week, next time coming, week number 4. That'll be started off with our Pegasus Sports Game of the Week. Synergy Uniforms taking on Capper Hockey Services. That gets kicked off June 23rd at 7:15 p.m. right here from the RWJ's Barnabas Health Hockey House. But on behalf of everybody at Breakout Sports Broadcasting, my name is Trey Wright. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see y'all in week 4.